Thank you for tuning in to my presentation. My name is Shruthi Cyriac, and I will be presenting the results of the process evaluation of a double fortified salt program in Uttar Pradesh. DFS is salt that is fortified with iron and iodine. It can be a promising strategy to address India's high prevalence of iron deficiency. Efficacy trials have shown DFS to have an impact on addressing anemia, but we don't have enough evidence of DFS effectiveness in a large-scale community setting. The Uttar Pradesh state government recently introduced DFS as an intervention, thus providing an opportunity to do an effectiveness evaluation. This picture indicates the DFS formulation used in UP. Extruded iron was coated with a white food color and given a lipid coating to produce the iron premix shown on the lower right panel. This was mixed with iodized salt to create DFS. In UP, DFS distribution took place in fair price shops like the one shown here. These fair price shops are part of India's public distribution system. The PDS provides subsidized rice, wheat, and kerosene to eligible households every month, and eligibility criteria is determined based on income levels. The government categorizes PDS cardholders as priority households or AAY households, who are the poorest category. The state selected 10 districts shown here to receive the DFS intervention, and the quantity of DFS supplied to the households depended on family size. DFS was available through the PDS only and was priced to be cheaper than retail iodized salt, with AAY households receiving a greater subsidy. We selected 5 out of the 10 DFS intervention districts to conduct a process evaluation and aimed to assess implementation fidelity, examine DFS coverage, and unpack the drivers of adherence. We adopted a mixed methods approach. First, we surveyed PDS cardholder households on asset holding, food security, PDS use, and DFS coverage. We then conducted 23 in-depth interviews with women to understand their DFS user experience. I will now present the results from the coverage survey. This figure shows the DFS coverage cascade, presented as total and also stratified by rural and urban areas. Rural areas showed better coverage indicators. Overall, we found that the program had good coverage. Most households had heard of or purchased DFS at least once. But adherence was low, with few households reporting DFS utilization. Some households used DFS partially in certain foods, and less than a quarter of the households surveyed indicated complete adherence, where DFS was used for all food salt requirements. We further examined the drivers of adherence in rural areas using a path model indicated in the figure here with odds ratios listed. The main takeaway was that households with lower relative wealth were more likely to use DFS. They were also more likely to experience food insecurity and rely on the PDS. Households using the PDS had better awareness about DFS benefits. I will now move on to present the results from the in-depth interviews about DFS user experience. Most caregivers clearly distinguished premix particles from the salt granules and assumed it was harmful. The caregiver quote highlighted here illustrates this point. DFS premix quality varied based on the manufacturer. Premixes A and B shown in this picture did not meet quality standards, and the DFS that was produced with these premixes showed discoloration or undissolved premix particles when mixed with water. Caregivers noted that DFS made their food darker. Some found it unappetizing and discontinued use, while others adopted strategies to mask the discoloration or used it in foods where a darker color was in fact preferred. They also reported that fair price shop owners who faced challenges in selling DFS due to organoleptic issues began bundling DFS with subsidized grains, which most households relied on the PDS for. This explained the overall higher DFS purchase rates. In summary, the UP DFS program needs to focus its actions on three main areas. First, the product quality needs to be streamlined and further investments need to be made to minimize food discoloration. Second, PDS utilization in urban areas is lower, and a mechanism to introduce DFS in urban markets needs to be evaluated. Finally, the program relies almost solely on the fair price shop owners to spread awareness about DFS in the current design. There has to be a stronger reinforcement of awareness campaigns to change knowledge and attitudes. Acceptance rates might improve in the short term if users have prior information and anticipate food discoloration. Thank you for listening.